Weatherman, what's the temperature? I got a big day, I don't mean to pressure ya. No umbrella, don't make it rain. Monsoon Mike, can you make my day? Hey, tell me interesting facts. This day in weather history, tell me that. You weather forecast, man, tell me right. It's the weather balloon with Monsoon Mike.
Hello and welcome to Monsoon Mike's Weather Balloon with me, Monsoon Mike, taking you on a journey through a bit of weather education, a bit of weather history, and then the current weather for the next few days of your life. First of all, our weather education segment this week. Well, we're deep into the month of March by now. March is a series of transition in many parts of the country. There's even an old farmer's saying about March. If March comes in like a lion, it goes out like a lamb, and vice versa. If it comes in like a lamb, it goes out like a lion. Is there any truth to this age-old saying? Some weather proverbs actually do have some basis in fact, but that's a topic for another show. Let's focus on March coming in like a lion and going out like a lamb, or vice versa. There really is no scientific evidence that if March comes in one way, it goes out another. Probably this adage is simply based on the fact that March is a very turbulent month. Winter doesn't want to lose its hold, but warm air from the south is getting stronger and stronger to resist. The result is winter can go from massive blizzards like what happened back in 1993 when we had 1 to 2 feet of snow on March 13th, to heat waves like what happened just 2 years later in 1995 where we had 60s and 70s for a full week, not just a day or two, during the first week of March. The comforting thing, though, for winter haters to remember is that no matter where March falls on the game of weather gambling, it still is the first real month of meteorological spring. Actual spring begins on either March 20th, 21st, 22nd, or 23rd, depending on the year, but something called meteorological spring, where meteorologists temperature-wise consider spring-like weather, actually began back on March 1st. So happy spring either way. Both springs are upon us, folks. And just for some fun, let's look at some other not-so-popular March sayings, courtesy of the Farmer's Almanac. A dry March and a wet May, fill your barns with corn and hay. A little cheesy, but how about this one? As it rains in March, so it rains in June. Or the best yet, we've all heard April showers bring May flowers. Well, according to the Almanac, there's a little-known addendum to that saying that includes March. March winds and April showers bring forth May flowers. Now you know a little bit more about how the weather works. Up next, this date in weather history.
4, 3, 2.
I'm J.R. Aquila. I graduated from Kutztown in 1982. Now I'm the event producer director here at Comcast Sportsnet Philadelphia.
Hi, I'm Jim Bolden, and I graduated from the program in 1986. I'm now a business correspondent for CNN in London.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Time for this date in weather history. This date in weather history. Tragedies are bad enough, but when they hit on holidays, it makes it even worse. And on this day in 1913, which was actually Easter Sunday that year, Easter's always all over the map, a horrible tornado hit Omaha, Nebraska and cut a line of destruction 5 miles long and 2 blocks wide across the city, killing 94 people late in the afternoon, just when folks were sitting down for Easter dinner. Sad story there, but on a not so sad but still historic note, in 1987, a huge blizzard hit on the state in western Kansas and the panhandle of Texas and Oklahoma, putting down about 2 feet of snow with winds gusting to near 80 miles per hour. 46 counties in western Kansas were declared a disaster area, and the storm was considered the worst in 30 years in that area. And a couple years later, in 1989, North Carolina was experiencing record rainfall rates on this date from wild thunderstorms that blew through the area. The air behind the storms was so drastically colder that some freezing rain hit parts of North Carolina and South Virginia. It's unusual to have freezing rain precipitation so late in the season anywhere, let alone the Carolinas. That's what happened on this day over the years. Up next, your forecast for the next few days of your life. And now for the forecast for the next few days of your life here on Monsoon Mike's Weather Balloon. It appears that we get into a slightly drier pattern after a fairly wet beginning of the week, but Thursday is still going to be rather wet and moist, maybe even some snow showers mixed in with the rain as well. Friday and Saturday look dry with partly sunny skies, and temperatures actually cool for this time of year, so say goodbye to those temperatures that we had last week when we were near flirting with records in the 70s and 80s. We're going to be closer to the upper 30s and low to mid 40s. Sorry to break it to you folks. And then Sunday it starts out a little bit sunny, but then clouds move in, and then another rainstorm possibly for Sunday into the beginning of early next week. It's a rather unstable pattern, folks, and unfortunately a little bit cooler than usual. So as I said, make sure to keep that jacket and that slicker out. You're going to need it over the next few days.
3, 2, 1.
I am an electronic media major.
I'm an EM major.
We are EM majors.
I'm an electronic media major.
We are electronic media majors.
We are
Electronic media at Kutztown.
This has been Monsoon Mike's Weather Balloon. Thanks so much for watching this week and reminding you to tune in again next time and join me here in my weather balloon. Have a great day.
Weatherman, what's the temperature? I got a big day, I don't mean to pressure ya. No umbrella, don't make it rain. Monsoon Mike, can you make my day? Hey, tell me interesting facts. This day in weather history, tell me that. You got the forecast, man, tell me right. It's the weather balloon with Monsoon Mike.